Hi there, boys and girls, and welcome back to Conquering Math, where it all adds up. Today we will learn how to use multiplication and division to solve algebraic equations. Let's dive on in. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to use multiplication and division to solve algebraic equations with one variable. The Common Core State Standards today are 6EEB5 and 6EEB7. Now that we know how to solve algebraic equations using addition and subtraction, we can use a similar technique to solve these equations using multiplication and division. Remember that multiplication and division are inverse operations. We can use inverse operations to move terms to one side until the variable is alone on one side of the equation and a constant is on the other side. For example, in the equation 11r equals 44, we can divide both sides by 11. This will leave us with r on the left side and 4 on the right side. Example number 1. Find a solution to the algebraic equation. Part A. Z divided by 5 equals 5. Remember that we want to get z alone on the left-hand side, so we can multiply by 5 on each side. This will leave us with z equals 25, which is the solution to the equation. Part B. K over 8 equals 7. Remember that k over 8 means the same thing as k divided by 8. So we'll multiply both sides by 8, and this leaves us with the solution, which is k equals 56. Remember that for both of these examples, you can take your solution and plug it back into the original equation to check your work. Example number 2. Find a solution to the algebraic equation. Part A. 9q equals 99. Remember that we want to get q by itself, so to get rid of the coefficient 9, we can divide both sides by 9. This leaves us with q equals 11 as our solution. Now for part B. 4i equals 64. Once again, the inverse of multiplication is division, so we will divide both sides by 4, and we find that I equals 16. Remember that you can plug in your solutions into the original equation to check your work. Example number 3. During the most recent school fundraiser, Danette raised $65. She earned the same amount of money for the fundraiser each week for 5 weeks. Write and solve an algebraic equation to find out how much money Danette raised each week. We'll start by defining our variable. In this case, we used D for the number of dollars raised each week. Next, we will write our equation. 5 weeks times D equals $65. Now that we have the equation, we can solve for D, and then we will know how much money Danette raised each week. So we have 5D equals 65. Remember that the inverse of multiplication is division, so we divide both sides by 5. This leaves us with D equals 13. Danette raised $13 per week during the fundraiser. Today you learned to use multiplication and division to solve algebraic equations with one variable. The Common Core State Standards today were 6EEB5 and 6EEB7. Now that you are familiar with these techniques, complete the independent practice problems in your guided notes packet. Then watch the independent practice solutions video to check your work. Thanks for watching this episode of Conquering Math, where it all adds up. I'll see you next time.